another rainbow. Search until you...
Oh, look at that. It's Halloween. Oh no! It's Halloween!
Run!
Oh God! I'm not ready for this! I'm not ready for this!
We don't have much time! They'll be here any minute! Go, 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 go! It's okay. Just don't look directly at it and you'll be fine. Just keep your eyes closed.
Welcome to another year of the Horrid Halloween show. This time on Season 3, we get to watch Midnight Sonata's Choice.
Huh? What was all that?
Yes, we do. I had to step on and over a bunch of lowlifes to get to the very top. And now, my time has finally come.
Are we seriously not gonna talk about what just happened earlier?
At long last, it's Hocus Pocus time!
Why is no one answering my question?
Bliss, just let it go. You're not gonna get anything out of them when they're this far gone. Trust me, I tried.
Shush you, it's movie time.
Finally, after many years of waiting, we are watching something of pure Halloween quality.
Honey?
No more sloppy transitions.
Midnight.
No more corny educational TV specials. Because who needs education?
Midnight.
The gods of All Hallows Eve will at last be appeased!
Midnight!
What?
The tape's getting extra crispy.
What the?
It's spicy.
It's not fair. It's just not fair. I've had to wait for so long. I've had to endure 2 boogity movies, a fairly decent cartoon with bad catchphrases. I've had to put up with Twitter polls nearly choosing my husband over me. And now it's finally my turn, my moment to shine. All for it to end like this?
Babe, you know we watch Hocus Pocus yearly on Disney Plus, right? I have it ready to go right here.
It's not the same!
How is it not the same?
It appears you simpletons have no appreciation for aesthetics.
How am I increasingly okay with all this lunacy?
I don't suppose you have a backup choice?
It's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
She's lying. It's totally not fine.
It's fine!
See what I mean?
Hello. But yes, I do have a backup. I will say this would be considered a guilty pleasure for me, because it just oozes Halloween, and it was a partial inspiration for my Hallows Carnival D&D campaign, which you should totally watch. Link in the description below. So tonight, we're watching, begrudgingly, R.L. Stine's Monsterville, Cabinet of Souls.
The guy who created Goosebumps made a movie?
Several, actually, and a TV miniseries.
Oh, I saw one with haunted masks when I was younger. The rest I know from JonTron.
I remember that one too! Nightmare fuel! Not safe for Blissey!
Well, too bad, Blissey. Sometimes we don't get what we want. So we are watching this movie!
Again! Disney Plus! Right here! Ready to go! Hey!
Okay, I'll be the first to admit this. This by no means should be considered a good film. My biggest complaint would probably be the writing. A big pet peeve of mine is when I see movies that star children and teenagers, and writers write them how they think children and teenagers should talk and act. They're people with real feelings and problems and should be written as such. And because they are written with this hokey dialogue, it doesn't give the actors or the director much to work with. And if you think the dialogue is this way because it's an R.L. Stine movie, especially given how some Goosebumps episodes come across as hokey and juvenile, yeah, get back to me after you watch the Fear Street trilogy. And then we have our protagonists. These were some of the most unlikable characters that I've come across. Ever. Lucas and Nicole were annoying at best and downright nasty at worst. Her biggest desire was to have Kellen, the boy she was crushing on, be her footstool. That's just so many levels of ick. Not even the hot springs of hell can wash that away. They also tried to make Kellen and Beth out like they were this great romantic couple that we should be rooting for when they had no chemistry at all. Honestly, I was wanting Kellen and Lilith to get together. They seemed like a much healthier relationship despite her being one of the bad guys. It really makes me sad to see such a poorly written script because the story itself had so much potential. Like I mentioned earlier, it was an inspiration for my Hallows Carnival campaign. However, despite its flaws, I can't help but love this movie. Just about every single scene you see from start to finish was just dripping with the Halloween goodness and the R.L. Stine creep factor. You cannot look at this movie and not believe it to be a Halloween film. Also, our villains. While it was blatantly obvious that they were the bad guys, they were competent bad guys. They came very close to winning, and part of me was hoping they would. Every time Beth went to tell someone what she knew, these guys were always one step ahead, and it felt believable. Finally, we have the monsters. Holy shit! They looked amazing! I would not be mad at all if they blew a majority of their budget on these monsters. I'll even go as far as to say they are on par with a lot of the haunts I go to for the spooky season. A+ to the SFX team. There's not a lot of Halloween movies that take place on Halloween or even about Halloween, and I think there should be more of them. Make it its own genre. All in all, it's a great idea for a film with fun villains and creepy monster effects, just poor execution. I give this a 2.9 black hearts out of 5.
Ignoring the blatant, cheap CGI of the intro and some of the overtop cheesy effects, I could see where the budget really went into this film, and by all praise, I argue that the costumes stole the show of this film, from the crazy clowns to the zombies, pumpkin heads, and witches. The entire film really was catering to the theme of dressing up in favor of the Halloween spirit. There's also the fact of the setup of the suburban neighborhood hosting a Halloween fair, something I've always wanted to attend as a child, even today as an adult. Seeing the colors of the fall of the trees, imagining a cool, crisp, clean air, the candied apples, the fun food fair, and games to play while dressing up alongside friends. The movie really made me nostalgic for my youth and enjoying this holiday. Unfortunately, that is where my positives stop. I could not believe how atrocious the acting was with this film. These poor actors, likely in their 20s, playing the roles of teenagers in the direction they were addressed. I can only imagine what was going through their minds when doing this. Of course, I'm being by assuming, but I can't help but feel this was a pure insult to how teenagers and kids act. This is not how young adults act.
Bliss, you're stealing my points.
Moving on! I I honestly cannot really contribute anything else that hasn't already been covered by Midnight. Is this a movie I come back to rewatch? Maybe with friends, but not on my own. The story is terrible, the acting is terrible, its only saving grace is the nod to the Halloween holiday. Otherwise awful. Watch it if you want and get your own thoughts, but otherwise it is not for me. Blissy out!
For sake of keeping this brief and not mentioning all the technical details that Blissey and Midnight already just mentioned, I appreciate a lot of these Halloween movies for being straight-up Halloween movies. There are certain things about this movie where it's cheesy enough that you can easily have fun with it, and it wouldn't surprise me if it was written with this idea in mind from the beginning as like a stylistic choice almost. Because it does have that attitude, and it does give it an air of fun, like a classic horror B-movie feel. And at least you can tell that the actors and actresses are having fun playing their characters with all the cheese involved. Yeah, I agree with Midnight though, it's not like a good movie in the most technical of senses, but there are so many fun aspects of it, and the cheese makes it really, really fun. Overall, I don't necessarily like it for being the perfect movie, so to speak, or even necessarily a good movie, but I like it for the fun experience it's giving me.
This movie's lame. That's it. Those are my final thoughts. Doesn't deserve anything more than that.
You know, this movie would totally be an amazing drinking game.
Yeah, sorry. I don't wish to die!
How do you know you're not already dead after what we just watched?
I am immortal and you are still here. You are fine.
Alright, that's it. All of you weirdo friends that I love so dearly, pack your things and get out. Pray I don't suffer nightmares tonight for both your demon antics.
Sweetie, that was only a taste. You haven't seen yet.
You'll just want more again later.
Bliss, when will you ever learn how to shut up?
Shut up, mister. I'm married to Miss Scary Dark Demon Corpse. Because guess what, Sonny Jim?
My name's not Jim.
You know Jim?
That's my uncle.
You're up next year, so buckle up, Buttercup, because you better find something that was way better than this piece of garbage of a Halloween flick.
Hey, it's garbage, but it's good garbage.
No, Boogity was good garbage.
Anyway, she's right. You are next, babe.
What you gonna pick?
So tonight, we are watching begrudgingly. Suddenly, my feelings are the equivalent of brie cheese, I guess.
Begrudgingly.
Begrudgingly.
Did you just hear that was Josh?
It's begrudgingly. Every cheese lover is a begrudgingly cheese lover. No, I'm an anti-magnet chick. Or anti-chick magnet. What the? Oh, shit.
I think you just turned dyslexic.
Shut up! Shut up!
We were going to say one nation underdog. It's okay.